day and welcome to your English class. In our last video, we finished lesson 2.1, the clothes line. I hope all of you are keeping your notebook up to date. If not done, please do that. In this video, we will learn an interesting story from lesson number 2.2, the worth of a fabric. Let us first study the meaning of new words. Roaming around. Roaming around means going around without any fixed purpose. Arrogant, conceited, proud. Conceited is the word you studied in the lesson Peacock and the Crane. Conceited means proud. So arrogant also means proud, conceited. Agitated, upset. Rags, cloth that is torn into pieces. Toiled, worked very hard. Bold, poured up the cotton plant. Spinning, process of making thread out of cotton wool. Carded, cleaned and combed cotton to remove seeds. Spun, drew out and twisted to make thread. Rewarded, when one is rewarded, one gets what he has worked for. That's the meaning of rewarded. Idleness, idleness means laziness. Dyed, colored with a dye. Colored with a dye, that is dyed. Okay, let us go to lesson the worth of a fabric. Let's start with the lesson. The worth of a fabric. Thiruvalluvar was a great Tamil saint poet who lived more than 2000 years ago. Tirukural is the book of his teachings. It is greatly loved and respected even today. Okay, Thiruvalluvar, the name of the poet, is a saint poet, Thiruvalluvar, was a Tamil saint poet and who lived more than 2000 years ago. So you can say Thiruvalluvar lived more than 2000 years ago and he wrote a book. The book's name is Tirukural. Tirukural, that's a book of his teachings. And this book, Tirukural, is greatly loved and respected even today. The teachings of Thiruvalluvar is compiled in Tirukural, and this is loved and respected by the people even today. Thiruvalluvar was a textile weaver. He wove beautiful fabrics and saris and sold them in the market. What did Thiruvalluvar do? Thiruvalluvar was a textile weaver. He wove beautiful fabrics and saris and sold them in the market. People said that he never got angry, never used bad words, and never shouted at anyone. So the people in this area, in this town, said that Thiruvalluvar never got angry. He never used any bad words and he never shouted at anyone. He was such a nice person. In the same town, there lived a rich young man. He wasted most of his time roaming around with his friends. They often used to make fun on people, other people. Okay, in the same town, there lived a rich young man. He wasted most of his time roaming around with his friends. They often made fun of other people. So this happened in the same town. There was a rich young man who wasted his time by roaming with his friends and made fun of other people. I don't believe what people say about this world war, said the young man. So the young man said one day, I don't believe what people say about this world war. I am sure I can make him angry. So the people said about him, he never get angry. So he said, okay, I am sure I can make him angry. Come on, let us have some fun today. So the rich young man said he could make Thiruvalluvar angry and asked his friends to follow him to the market and said they would have some fun. So the arrogant young man approached Thiruvalluvar. So the arrogant young man approached Thiruvalluvar. So went near him in the market and picked up a beautiful piece of fabric. So the rich man, young man, went to Thiruvalluvar in the market and he picked up a beautiful piece of fabric and he asked Thiruvalluvar, how much does this whole fabric cost? He asked, how much does this whole fabric cost? He asked, 8 coins. The saint named the price. Thiruvalluvar said the price of the fabric was just 8 coins. The saint named the price. The young man unfolded the fabric and tore it into two. Okay, what he did? He unfolded the fabric and tore it into two. What's the price of this piece now? So he asked Thiruvalluvar, what's the price of this piece now? Let's see now what happened. Okay, this picture shows here Thiruvalluvar sitting in the market with his clothes fabric for sale, and the rich young man came with his friends. He took the one very beautiful piece of fabric and asked for the price. Thiruvalluvar named 8 coins. He unfolded it, tore it into two pieces, and asked him, what's the price now? Let's see now what happened next. Okay, now Thiruvalluvar said, 4 coins. The saint answered politely. So anybody else in his place could have got angry. But Thiruvalluvar did not get angry. He said, the saints answered politely, 4 coins. The youth was taken aback. Taken aback means surprise. He was surprised. Why doesn't it? Why doesn't the man get angry? So he was surprised. Why doesn't the man get angry? He thought. He then tore the half pieces into half again. And now 2 coins was the answer. Okay, he that half he tore again into half and asked for the price. Then the Thiruvalluvar said 2 coins and was the answer. Now it was a young man who became impatient and agitated. Okay, now what happened? Thiruvalluvar did not get angry, but the young man became impatient. He became impatient and became agitated. He was become restless. Okay, he tore the pieces into half again and again, saying, and now, what's the price now? So while saying this, he went on tearing the cloth into pieces. Okay. Thiruvalluvar calmly went on reducing the price half every time. So Thiruvalluvar did not say anything. He just went on reducing the price to a half every time. At last the fabric was reduced to rags. So Thiruvalluvar said in a quiet tone, now this fabric has become worthless. Okay, now this fabric has become worthless. So you know the title of our stories. Okay, the worth of a fabric, the worth of a fabric. Now here he said, now this fabric has become worthless, worthy, worthless. Okay, that's opposite. It will not name. Okay, he said, now I will not name any price for this rags. Rags means the pieces of cloth torn into pieces. He said, now I will not name any price for this rags. The young man did not know what to say, but he was proud of his riches. Okay, when the saint said, the poet said, Tiruvalluvar said, he can't name any price for the rags because that become useless. So the cloth became useless, the fabric became useless, and he said he is not ready to name any price for that fabric. The young man did not know what to say now. Then what happened? But he was proud of his riches. The young man did not know what to say, but he was proud of his riches. So he offered to pay 8 coins to the saint. Okay. When the poet said, the saint said, okay, I will not name any price for these rags. The young man did not know what to say. So he was proud of his riches. So he offered to pay 8 coins to the saint. Said, okay, don't worry. I'm going to pay you 8 coins, the price which you named the first. For the first time, Tiruvalluvar smiled. So, for the whole story took place in the market, and he just said the answers quietly and no other response. But now, for the first time, Tiruvalluvar smiled. But he refused to take the money. He said he will not take the money. So, okay, he said he refused to take the money. The young man now, this fabric is no use. Okay, now he said, young man, now this fabric is of no use. It has become worthless. Why? Because no one will be able to wear it now. Okay, here Tiruvalluvar said the young man, now this fabric is of no use. Okay, there is no use for this fabric. It has become worthless. How it has become worthless? Because no one will be able to wear it now. Okay, this answer is given by the saint Tiruvalluvar to the young man. Okay, you studied the story halfway. So you understood now what happened in the market. Okay, the saint who was highly respected by the people of the society, and then the rich young man, very proud and conceited person, and he wanted to make fun of the people, so he came to the market and then made a bargaining for the cloth, the fabric, and he was given the first of 8 coins. He tore the cloth into two pieces, asked for the price again, reduced the price to 4. Again, he tore that into piece. Then 2 was the answer from the saint. Again, he tore the piece and made into rag. And at last, he asked the price, and the Tiruvalluvar did not name any price for that. And this time the young man got upset and he offered 8 coins for the fabric. But the saint said he was not going to take that. And he said the reason, the fabric has become worthless, and a worthless cloth, nobody could wear that. Okay, it become useless, so no one would be able to wear it again. That's what he said. He was not going to take any money from the rich man. You know the story now. The young rich man tore the fabric into pieces and asked for the price. Tiruvalluvar was not ready to name any price for the rags. Then what happened? Then the young man became ready to pay 8 coins. But Tiruvalluvar was not ready to take that 8 coins. He said the young man, now this fabric is of no use. It has become worthless. Why? Because no one will be able to wear it now. This much part we finished. Now let us continue. Tiruvalluvar continued. Do you know, the fabric was not made in a day. Tiruvallur said the young man, do you know, the fabric was not made in a day. Many people have toiled to make it. He told, many people have toiled, worked very hard to make it. The farmer who grew cotton in his field worked hard for months through sun and rain. The farmer who grew cotton in the field worked hard for months through sun and rain. And when the cotton became ready, he picked the cotton from each ball and gave it for spinning. After that, he collected the pod, and from the pod, he collected the cotton and gave it for spinning. Then, someone else carded the cotton and spun it into long uniform threads. Carded, the word you studied already in the meaning. Carded means combed and removed the seeds of cotton, okay, and cleaned it. The cotton and spun it into long uniform threads. Then again, it's not over. Again, the threads were tied carefully so that they took on these lovely colors. Okay, the threads were then dyed, given color carefully so that they took on these lovely, beautiful colors. Threads are become very colorful now. My wife and I wove the threads together, putting in beautiful designs. Okay, my wife and I wove the threads together, putting in beautiful designs. Okay, we thought someday someone will like this fabric and will be happy to wear it. Okay, will be happy in wearing it. Okay, they thought after weaving the cloth, someone will find it beautiful and would like to buy it and wear it. Then all our work would have been rewarded. Okay, if it happened like that, okay, then all our work would have been rewarded. The word reward also is studied. One get what he worked for. Okay, when you destroy the fabric, you destroyed all the love and labor that went into its making. When you tore the fabric into pieces, into rags, what happened? All the work, okay, and the love and labor that went into making it were also become worthless. Money cannot bring it back. Okay, do you think that if you give money, that fabric will come back? Okay, so many people's work went wasting when you tore that fabric into pieces. Okay, money cannot bring it back. Let's see then what happened. The softly spoken words touched the young man's heart. Okay, if anybody in Tiruvallur's place could have got angry. Suppose in the market you are sitting and selling the clothes, and if somebody come and take one fabric, one of the clothes, and then tear it, immediately would have given a slap for him. Anybody else would have given that. But Tiruvallur was not like that. He was a very patient, very calm and quiet person and a gentleman, and he did not get angry at all. Okay, he softly he spoke to the person. Softly spoken words touched the young man's heart. Okay, now it's a lesson for us. If someone is doing something wrong, we keep our cool and then in a very good tone we explain the things to them. They may even change. Okay, here the softly spoken words touch the young man's heart. Now he was really ashamed of himself. So he became very much ashamed. He felt shameful about himself. And do you know? Then he said, Tiruvallur said something more. And do you know? Tiruvallur went on to say, okay, he said something more. I can weave another fabric like this. I know how to weave, so I can make another fabric just like this. But think about our life. But our life is also like this fabric. Tiruvallur compared the fabric into our life. Then he wanted to teach the young man a lesson. So he told him, okay, but our life is also like this fabric. If you tear it apart with haste, thoughtless actions, okay, with haste, thoughtless actions, if you tear it apart, if you spoil it, okay, it will be destroyed. The life, if you do something wrong because of your thoughtless and haste actions, so it will be spoiled, it will be destroyed, the life will be destroyed, and you will not get it back again. If your life is destroyed once due to your haste and thoughtless actions, then you can't get your life back again. So the beautiful lesson is taught to the young man by Tiruvallur. He told him, just like this I can weave another clothes, but okay, just think that the fabric is our life, and if we spoil it, if we tear it apart, okay, it with the haste and thoughtless actions, so then the life will be destroyed, and you will not be able to get it back, okay, and you will not get it back again. You can't get your life once you spoil it. It is not possible for you to get your life back again. Let's see now what happened to the young man. Tiruvallur's words opened the young man's eyes. Okay, Tiruvallur's this calm and quiet, beautiful words opened the young man's eyes. There and then, he decided to give up his idleness and bad habits. Okay, there and then, at that moment itself, the young man decided to give up his idleness, and idleness meaning I already told you laziness, and also his bad habits. So after listening to Tiruvallur's words, he decided to change himself. He decided to leave his idleness. He decided to leave his bad habits, and he decided to become a very good man. Okay, his life is going to be changed. He decided to change his life. So he decided to become a good man after listening to Tiruvallur. After this incident, he decided to become a good gentleman. Okay, that's the end of the lesson, and I hope all of you like the story and the lesson taught by Tiruvallur. Okay, take it into our life. If any one of you have any bad habits, okay, now decide to change all that bad habits and leave it and become good boys. If there is any bad habit you are practicing right now, if any bad habit you have right now, then leave it. Take a decision right now to leave it and become good boys. Okay, these are the words meaning that you already studied at the beginning of both the videos. Now, question number 1, no need to write this into your book. Okay, describe the following with the help of the story: Tiruvallur, the rich young man, and the fabric. Okay, so this actually no need of writing in a book, because we are not going to get brief answers in English, and if it is coming itself, it will be in the passage, and from there you can write it and read aloud, and this is not going to come for you in your exam. Okay, but now this question: classify the words in A and B into positive and negative words. Okay, in A list, the words you can see here: great, beautiful, arrogant, impatient, quiet, worthless, proud, happy, thoughtless, haste. Okay, from this list you have to classify these words into positive and negative, A. And B1, let's see the words: shouted at, wasted, answered, offered, smiled, refused, toiled, grew, died, rewarded, destroyed. Okay, these are the words in list B, and you have to classify them into negative and positive and negative. And then question number 5, this answer, I will be giving you these answers right now, and write the antonyms of the following. Antonym means opposite. Okay, write the antonyms of the following words: politely, calmly, calmly. You can see the word is read as calmly. L is silent. It's not calmly. Okay, it is calmly, calmly, and then softly. Last word is carefully. Okay, these are the words opposite you have to write. So this answer also I will be giving you. Then the next one is question number 6. Find the following adverbs in the story. Okay, find the following adverbs in the story. You have to look for these adverbs in the story. What verbs do they tell more about? Okay, and then find out about what verb they tell more about, and write down the pair of verbs and adverbs. So the words are ago, greatly, today, politely, calmly, hard. These are the adverbs given, and you have to find out which verb they are describing or telling more about, and then you have to write that answer. And one more question is there, and that question also I'll just give you. Okay, that question is here. You may keep your textbook in front of you always, and then refer to your textbook and do whenever you do the work, keep your textbook with you. 7th one is use the following phrases in your own words. Okay, you have to make sentence of your own. Okay, it is given use the following phrases in your own words. Use in your own words means make sentence with it. First one is roam around again and again, bring something back, and there and then. Okay, there and then. These are the words. Okay, these are the phrases, and you have to use these phrases in sentence of your own. Let us go to the textbook exercise now. Textbook question number 4. Classify the words in A and B into positive and negative words. Positive words and negative words. Okay, answer A. The words in list A: great, beautiful, quite, happy. These are the positive words, and the negative words: arrogant, impatient, worthless, proud, thoughtless, hasty. So okay, these are the negative words. Okay, positive words here and the negative words here. Let's continue. Answer B. The positive words and here the negative words. Positive words are answered, offered, smiled, toiled, grew, died, rewarded. Okay, these are all positive words. And here these are the negative words: shouted at, wasted, refused, destroyed. Okay, these are the negative words in list B. Let's continue. Question number 5. Write the antonyms of the following words. You have to write antonyms. Antonyms means the negative words, means opposite words. Politely, rudely. Okay, you have to put one into sign, multiplication sign, when you write the opposite word. Politely, rudely. Calmly, angrily. Here calmly, this L is here silent. Whenever you read calmly, not calmly. Okay, that is wrong. So you must read calmly. Opposite is angrily, softly, loudly opposite. Carefully, that you already studied earlier one of the lessons. And opposite is carelessly. Loved, and answer hated. That's opposite of loved. Okay, so carefully, carelessly, loved, hated. Let's go to the next question. Find the following adverbs in the story. What verbs do they tell us more about? Write down the pair of verbs and the adverbs. Okay, here are the adverbs here, and the verbs are in this list. Okay, now let's see what are the words in adverb. Ago, greatly, today, politely, calmly, hard. All these are the adverbs given that lesson, and the words which are the verb which say more about is lived. Okay, is loved, is respected, is loved again, is respected. Okay, answered, went on reducing, worked. Okay, all these words are the verbs in this lesson you find, and these are the adverbs that describe them. So you may check and find for yourself these words in your textbook. You read the lesson again and then you find it all these adverbs, and also these adverbs, okay, describing these words, okay, you have to find that in your book itself. You read the textbook and find that. Okay, the next question. Use the following phrases in your own words or sentence. Okay, your own words, your own sentences. Let's see the first one. Roam around. Okay, you make a sentence with that. I love to roam around in the city with my friends on holidays. Okay, this is a nice sentence. You can learn it by heart even. Roam around. I love to roam around in the city with my friends on holidays. Next one. Again and again. Okay, make a sentence with that. I like to hear old melodies again and again. So, okay, old songs. Old melodies means old songs. Okay, I like to hear old melodies again and again. And this underlined the different colored group of words. Okay, they are the phrases given for you. These are the phrases, and with that you have to make the sentence. Better when you make the sentence, you also underline the phrases. Next one, bring something back. All shouted in one voice to bring him back as their leader. Okay, again, bring him back. You have to underline this. This is a phrase. With that, you put that in a sentence. Okay, all shouted in one voice to bring him back as their leader. Fourth one, there and then. The people demanded the police to solve the problem there and then. There and then is a phrase, and you have to use it in a sentence. The people demanded the police to solve the problem there and then. So at that time. So underline the phrase again after making the sentence. Extra questions. Question number 1. Who was Thiruvalluvar? Question 2. What is the name of the book written by Thiruvalluvar? Question 3. What did Thiruvalluvar do? Question number 4. What did the people say about him? Question number 5. What did the young rich man do? Question number 6. What price did the saint say first for the fabric? Question number 7. Pick out 2 proper nouns. Question number 8. He wore beautiful fabric and saris. Pick out A. Adjective, B. Verb, C. Noun. You have to read the sentence carefully and then pick out adjective, verb and nouns. Let's go to the answers. Answer number 1. Thiruvalluvar was a great Tamil saint poet. Question number 2. Thirukkural is the name of the book written by Thiruvalluvar. The question was, what was the name of the book written by Thiruvalluvar? Answer is, Thirukkural is the name of the book written by Thiruvalluvar. Answer 3. Thiruvalluvar wore beautiful fabric and saris and sold them in the market. Okay, Thiruvalluvar wore beautiful fabric and saris and sold them in the market. Question 4. What did people say about him, about Thiruvalluvar? Answer is, people said that he never got angry, never used bad words, never shouted at anyone. So this answer for that. Answer 5. The rich young man wasted most of his time roaming around with his friends and making fun of other people. Okay, what did the young rich man do? That was a question. And question number 5 it is, and the answer is here. The rich young man wasted most of his time roaming around with his friends and making fun of other people. Answer number 6. The saint said, 8 coins as the price of the fabric. Okay, the saint said first, when the young man asked for the price, the saint said first, 8 coins as the price of the fabric. Question number 7 was to pick out 2 proper nouns. The first one is Thiruvalluvar and the second one is Thirukkural. These are the 2 proper nouns. The last question, question number 8. He wove beautiful fabric and saris. So you are asked to pick out verb, adjective and nouns. So the verb is wove, the action word verb, wove, and the adjective beautiful, and the nouns fabric and saris. There are 2 nouns, fabrics and saris. Okay, these are the 2 nouns. First one this and second one this. Okay, you have to copy this answers. Okay, that's the end of this lesson with all the questions and answers from textbook and also with extra questions. Okay, I hope all the lesson was very clear for you, and this lesson extra questions are given. You can copy that and study it. For more videos you can visit YouTube channel AK Sir Anatharikil and go to the videos and watch more videos. You can see more videos there. If you missed any one of the videos of your previous lessons from unit number 1 and lesson number 1 of unit 2, you can find all those videos at this site, okay, at this channel AK Sir Anatharikil, and watch the channel. And those who still not yet subscribe the channel, you can subscribe so that you can get a notification for new videos. Okay everyone, hope everything is fine. Till we meet in the next video. Bye bye, take care.